After my wife rejected me for the 32nd time, I chose to spend money on services outside. I want to ask, is it after giving birth? Husband and wife will become nominal partners. On one side, family responsibilities. On one side are the normal needs of men. What should I do? I am a good man in the eyes of outsiders. Annual salary $300,000. No smoking, no drinking. Come home on time to pick up the baby after get off work. But only I know how dirty I am. It's the kind of secret that can't be washed away. Let me ask you something. Is it after giving birth? Everyone has a sexless marriage. I'm only 28 years old, married for 5 years. The blood in his body belongs to young men. It's not cold yet, but it's in my house. On my 2-meter wide bed with Su Shui, I live like an ascetic. Just now, I turned off the WeChat from the girl named Duo. She said, "Brother, when will you come next time? Tell me in advance. I'll prepare your favorite coffee for you." I didn't go back to that moment. Guilt flooded me like a tide. Can you look up? See the crack in the bedroom door. The cold white light. My heart sank into the ice cellar again in an instant. This is the second year I've spent money on services outside. I know I don't love those girls. I just want to spend some money. To buy a little bit of dignity as a man. Buy a little warmth that is not rejected. My wife and I went to college together. At that time there was light in her eyes when she looked at me. We secretly held hands in the study room. Imagine the future in a cheap shared apartment. Wedding day. I watched her in her wedding dress. Swear in your heart, Shenny will never let her feel wronged in this life. The turning point was the birth of my daughter 2 years ago. Weak blood plastic constitution, vaginal to cesarean section, suffering on the operating table. I feel sorry for her. 6 months after the birth of the child, I almost didn't let. He's been down, diaper burp, wake up in the middle of the night. It's all me and my aunt doing it. I understand his body. Be considerate of his mood swings. I think it will be fine when the child is older. Just wait until he recovers. But I didn't expect. That's 2 years. Su Shui has changed. Becomes extremely repulsive of intimacy. Every time I want to make out, he will subconsciously turn his head, frown slightly wrinkled. There is impatience in the tone. Don't smell like sweat. What should I do if I wake the child? At first I thought he was too tired. I later found out that it is not. Once I made a restaurant reservation on purpose. Leave the children to their parents. I want to retrieve a little tenderness of the two-person world. That night, I took a shower, wearing his old favorite perfume. Hug him carefully from behind. He looked like he had been bitten by a snake. Push me away. The voice was sharp and unfamiliar. Shenny, can you stop thinking about these things all day? I'm tired of taking care of the kids every day. What do you take me for? Tools to solve desires. And for that moment I just froze. The outstretched hand is like a funny steak. The word tool is like a slap in the face. The fan broke all my tenderness. The frustration of rejection builds up, once or twice, 10 times until the 32nd. Gradually I stop touching him. In this house, I live carefully. Even a little extra time in the shower. I'm afraid he'll think I'm fantasizing. Men's self-esteem in this regard, fragile like paper paste. The company socialized that day. I had some wine. On the way home, looking at the lights on the side of the road, looking at couples in pairs, that feeling of loneliness that had been suppressed for a long time suddenly exploded. I don't want to go home. I don't want to face that cold bed. Right with Su Shui, the back of exhaustion and rejection. I'm out of nowhere. Opened the door of a spa shop. The girl who received me was called Duo. The sound is sweet. He will ask me softly, "Brother Chen, you look tired. Do you want to press the shoulder more?" He didn't reject me. He would smile when I approached him, although I know the price tag behind that smile. But at that moment, my soul is like a man dying of thirst, crazy with this artificial warmth. When I walked out of the store, the cool breeze at night blows. I dragged in the dark. I crouched on the curb, crying like a fool. I feel sorry for my wife, sorry for this family. But deep inside there is a voice roaring, "Shenyi, you are only 28 years old. Are you spending the rest of your life? Do you have to live with a piece of ice? It's been 2 years. I've made myself into 2 characters. By day I am the perfect husband and father. I transferred money on time to buy the most expensive skincare products for Su Shui. I accompany my daughter to read picture books, patiently like a kind old father. And me at night, walking in the gray areas of those cities. The act of me buying a service for myself found a high-sounding reason. I'm here to maintain the stability of my family, because the need is solved outside. When I went home to face Su Shui's coldness, the state of mind is actually peaceful. He wouldn't let me hug him. I went to hug my daughter. He sneered at me. I smiled and walked away. There are fewer conflicts at home. Su Shui even praised my personality for improving. Became more stable. How ironic. My poise. It was exchanged for a 2,000 yuan a time service. But the guilt in my heart never stops. Once Su Shui's birthday, I bought her a designer bag on purpose. She was happy. I took the initiative to leave the light on that night. Say Chen-yi in a gentle tone. Go to sleep. I look at her. An urge suddenly surged in my heart. I think, if we could get the feeling back tonight, I'll stop all that shit. Keep it safe for the rest of your life. Holding him, I tentatively held his hand. His hand shrank slightly, but didn't hide that night. We mechanically completed a roommate. What do you mean? Dry and boring in his resistant expression. I can feel it. For a moment, I'm even starting to miss it. The tenderness of another girl. I suddenly felt a strong nausea, and I realized I couldn't go back. I'm used to not having to give emotion. All you have to do is give money in exchange, and the wife in front of you, even if she is by my side. Between us, after 2 years of cold violence, and a wall of lies, I let go, roll over, sleep with him, I say in the dark. I heard his long sigh of relief, and at that moment my heart was broken. 2 months ago, almost had an accident. I left my phone in the living room. The girl sent a message. Brother Chen has a new essential oil in the store today. When do you have time to try it? Su Shui happened to pass by. The phone screen is on. When I rushed over to grab the phone, my heart is about to jump out of my throat. Su Shui looks at me. A hint of doubt flashed in his eyes. Who was mysterious? I forced myself to laugh. The customer urges the plan. He didn't ask much. Just turn around and keep folding clothes. At that moment I looked at his back. I'm not awake. There is only one kind of despair. He doesn't even want to look at my phone. In a normal marriage, the wife found her husband's phone flashing. There will be a desire to inquire. He didn't. He doesn't care about me anymore. Or he put all his energy into the child, gave life. Only he didn't give me this man. I rushed to the bathroom. Look at yourself in the mirror. There are already fine lines at the corners of the eyes. Under 30 years old, but live like a dry and empty shell. After that, there is a dilemma between me and Su Shui. A deathly silence. One late night half a month ago. Daughter is asleep. Su Shui did not go to lie on her side for the first time. He was sitting on the edge of the bed. I took a picture of the position around me. Whisper husband. So let's talk. I was a little nervous. Thought those dirty receipts. The girl named Duo. Those obscure transfer records. After all, it will still be exposed to the sun. I sat down, head down like a prisoner awaiting sentencing. But Su Shui's first words. But I was stunned. She didn't mention her phone. Didn't mention the outside. She just looked out the window at the moonlight. Yo-yo, said Chen-yi. I'm sorry, I know you've had a hard 2 years. He turned his head. The eye sockets are red. There is a deep sense of powerlessness in the voice. I don't want that either. But I really don't know why. Since giving birth, I look at my body and I feel repulsive. I gave all my love and strength to my child. When I face you at night, I'm just tired. I even think that kind of thing for me, not enjoy. It's a burden, a labor that has to be done. I looked at his thin shoulders. He opened his mouth. Can't say a word. Husband suddenly grabbed my hand. That hand is cold. Cool core. If you really feel bad, I can help you in other ways. The guilt in his eyes, like a red-hot wire. It gave me a hard squeeze in my heart. He is even humble to the extreme. Attempt to use a mechanical, no soulless way to compensate me. I pushed his hand away. No, I'll tell you what. We didn't speak to each other that night. I refused Su Shui's help. I turned around and went to the spa again. Sitting in that fragrant cabin, Duo is still docile, still laughing like a flower. But I looked at her. I'm thinking, Su Shui's pair is full of shame. Guilty eyes. Sometimes I also think, does Su Shui really not know? I am a man with 300,000 salary. I often disappear for hours for no reason. Occasionally I smell like I don't belong at home. Su Shui is such a smart person. Did he really not notice? Or does he actually know everything? He's just playing dumb. He is waiting. Wait until I get that desire out there. And I went home. Keep playing that decent and steady. Good father on call. This idea, it gives me a chill up my spine. If he really knew, but still choose to be silent. So what is this marriage? 2 for children, and the temporary extras. He uses his ignorance in exchange for an emotionally stable husband. I use my disloyalty in exchange for a seemingly harmonious family. We are using each other, torturing each other again. Me now, living more and more like a psychopath. Outside I am Brother Chen in Duoduo's eyes, generous and elegant. Spend money to buy an afternoon of pleasure. At home I am a good husband in Su Shui's eyes, diligent and reliable, but never take a step further. Sometimes I also ask myself, Chen-yi, have you been like this for the rest of your life? I'm only 28 years old. I should have had a passionate youth, a steaming home, but but now I come home every day. Pushing the door open, there was a cold white light. It's Su Shue's face full of exhaustion and motherhood. For the children, I can't get a divorce. Every time I see my daughter who is soft and glutinous, I knew it. I will never get out of this cage for the rest of my life. The child is innocent. He needs a complete home. Need a father who can stand up in front of others. I continue to transfer money, keep lying, continue to smoke on the curb late at night, while looking at the hand, the ambiguous information in the plane. In a daze I know what I'm doing is wrong. I betrayed my oath, betrayed the marriage, betrayed the teenager who used to hold hands in the study room. But I really don't have any other way. I know someone will scold me for sure. I know what I'm doing is wrong. This kind of dirty behind the scenes, even I despise myself. But I'm not even 30 years old. Could it be that the remaining decades of life, all in that cold bed, live like a stone statue? I can't bear to have children. I don't have the courage to break up this family, but the blood in my body hasn't cooled through yet. I'm really fed up with the despair of being pushed away. This mistake is like drinking poison to quench thirst. I know it's poison, but I'm really thirsty. In this titular marriage, who can tell me, what am I supposed to do?